What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Sports Minorities Podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis, shit-talking, and one of the craziest fucking weekends of football, and some heartbreak in my case. I'm your host, and heartbroken, but still a Titans fan, JC. Joining me, as always, are...
your reigning, defending, undisputed fantasy champion, Chicken Wing.
You gotta shorten his intro.
I'm so glad this year's almost over.
I am Nori, and I'm a big advocate of go to YouTube and type in Crossfire commercial. And it is probably singularly the greatest commercial you'll ever see in your life advertised for pretty much anything about anything. And you'll thank me after this.
Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Rob, Bucks fan. Can't believe I posted that commercial for him to recommend. But Crossfire,
you think I haven't seen it 10 times this week?
Crossfire is life.
What's up, everybody? DJ here, Crossfire fan. That commercial's fantastic. If you haven't gone and checked it out, you need to go check it out. And after you check it out, feel free to leave it on repeat, like I did, two straight times.
You know.
Also, this weekend was fantastic for football, and it was crazy as well, and we're going to talk all about that.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Greatest football weekend I've ever think in my entire life, honestly.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I will say this, for all that advertising I watched so much as a kid, like, man, this game looks badass, the ad was great, and then finally a friend of mine got it, we played it, it was like, man, this game sucks. It really wasn't that good of a board
That's what I think makes it funnier. That's what makes it such a treasure. It's like the commercial, it's like the greatest preview you've ever seen in your life, and then you get to the movie, you're like, what? Why am I here? Like, what happened?
Now, that being said, I will say this. It is a great commercial.
Yes.
It's not, in my opinion, the greatest commercial ever, though. And here's why. The greatest commercial ever is a guy sitting there. He's got his arm out. His girlfriend's laying on his arm. And he's just, like, trying to move his arm. You think he's like, babe. Like, she's asleep on it. He's like, what do I do? And then the words come up for emergency use only. And he says, I love you. And then she rolls over and cuddles, and on his other arm was his beer. It was a Heineken commercial. He's like, you're so, oh, thank God. And he just, yeah, that, in my opinion, is the greatest commercial of all time. I'll put the link up for you guys to watch.
That's not even the best Heineken commercial of all time. That's
mean. No, Heineken has...
No. Heineken has some classics. The Heineken commercial that was the best fucking one was the Super Bowl, where it was the girls screaming about a closet that they just got all this space or whatever, right? Oh. And then you hear obnoxious, like, screaming from the next room, and these guys, the guy's closet is all beer in there. There's, like, screaming, crying, stamping their feet.
Walk-in beer fridge.
I spit out all my fucking food. I don't know where the Super Bowl was, but oh my God, that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl. If nothing else, the commercials and the halftime show, because that trailer for the halftime show was fucking fire.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Christ. Yeah. As mentioned, we're going to talk about the divisional round. What?
I found it. Yes.
Oh, you found it? Okay.
Did you find the Heineken commercial?
Yeah, I found it, bro. I found it.
Okay. See if you can find the one I was talking about too. But yeah. Anyway, we're going to talk about the divisional round, all the craziness. I can't recall in playoff history in my life, every single game in a weekend came down to the last play. Just insane. We'll look at our bracket challenge, discuss the overtime in the NFL and some other quick hits on sports news before we get into our predictions for the conference championships. So,
Playoffs?
So how is the bracket challenge standing? Based on our picks that we made when the bracket challenge started, Nori and Rob went 2-2, Chicken Wing 1-3, myself and DJ 0-4. We're at a point where DJ and I are completely out of the picture.
Yep.
And I'm thankful I'm not in last place. DJ finishes in last with 16 points. I got 20 points, so 4 better. I had one more wild card pick right, and that's the difference. And thank God. So
fucking trash.
DJ was still more successful than the Cowboys this year. So
Goddamn right I was. Jerry Jones, motherfucker.
So the current standings right now, the top 3. Rob is in first with 36 points, and then Nori and Chicken Wing are at 32 points. So how does this factor in with the scenarios go? So Rob, based on his bracket challenge, cannot get any more points.
Nope. I need the Eagles to win. And
now, Nori has Kansas City winning the whole thing. Chicken Wing has Kansas City winning, but he had them losing to Green Bay. Well, we know that didn't happen. So here's how the scenarios play out. If Kansas City loses this weekend, Rob finishes first, wins the whole bracket challenge.
Yeah, buddy.
If Kansas City wins this weekend, Nori and Chicken Wing would be tied for first, and then it would come down to the Super Bowl. If Kansas City wins the Super Bowl, Nori would win the bracket challenge. But if Kansas City were to advance and lose in the Super Bowl, it's going to come down to the tiebreaker, which was the final score of the Super Bowl.
Oh, and Nori's bet like 70 something.
75 to 70. So if it does go point, touchdown, punt, touchdown, like you said, Rob, there's a chance.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah. So,
I think it's 77 to 70. Yeah, something around
75 to 70, and Chicken Wing had 38 to 3. So, you know, I'm just going to say this. If it's the Rams and the Chiefs, could happen.
You should get the 70s for that one.
I just need the Bengals to win. That's it. Like,
are we doing Super Bowl predictions yet or no?
Bengals fans this
Not
week.
Yet, so
I'm the biggest LSU 2.0 fan this week. Go Tigers. Yeah, fun time.
Those are our bracket challenge scenarios, man. So yeah.
Oh, but there's more. So
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Is there more?
Why? What do you got, Chicken Wing?
Oh, disconnect.
Did you really?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you call a
That's what he's got? Yeah.
Yeah.
so if the Niners were to get in
Fuck.
and lose the Super Bowl,
It will.
cutting my beard off, all of it.
That's the bet you're making right now. If the Niners get in the Super Bowl,
Are you
lose-
betting
Half
somebody?
a year? Yeah. Well, the woman.
Bet.
The woman.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, so
Revenge. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
She wants you to shave your beard.
She wants me to cut it. So I said, if the Niners were to get in and they lose, all of it's coming off.
So she's just asking you to be a human and trim yourself, and you can't do that.
Yeah.
If they don't get in, do you still have to trim it?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so fucking,
Lame.
they have to get to the Super Bowl and then lose, and you trim it. If they don't get to the Super Bowl at all, then it doesn't matter.
No.
Oh, no.
If
This
they
is-
don't get in, he has to not only trim his beard, he has to trim all of his body hair too. Because I remember her saying she hated that shit. So.
No, fuck that. No, fuck that. That's never happening.
Waxing.
All right, that's never happening. But no, this is like clean shaven. Like I'm shaving. Like
Wow.
shave it off, and then I'm gonna get a razor and then baby face my face. Like that's what's gonna happen.
So you're going to a barber? We're saying.
No, I have clippers and,
Sounds like it.
and razor at my house.
In this economy, fuck no, he's not going to a barber for that. Yeah, so
Hey man.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
although he probably
support the
could.
economy. Support small businesses.
I know.
You working
So,
out of his garage like 2 blocks away. You'll be fine.
All right.
I'm just saying, Kansas City's gonna get there for a third time in a row.
Jesus, man.
Just saying, Bengals
Just
gonna
not
win
at
it
this
all.
point. Just
No,
because,
I need Joe Burrow to
Biggest.
I
Bengals
hope not,
fan
just because of who
right
Patrick
now.
Mahomes is engaged to be married to. She's just fucking annoying.
Well, I mean, that's what the article said. So yeah, I mean, let's go with what the article said and go
All
with
the more
that.
reason to support Burrows and family.
Here's JC. It's gonna be 2019 all over again. There's gonna be 49ers dancing, celebrating. They get a nice play. It's all be happy, yay! And then Mahomes turns into God King again
Oh,
and just
my gosh.
strips the life out of them in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then 49ers fans again looking up to the gods, crying and screaming, "Why us again? Why are we so unsuccessful? Why can't we win it all?"
Why
And
can't
I-
we just have 2
Why are you
new teams?
breathing my
Well,
oxygen?
let's just get the Bengals and the Rams in there and just call it a day.
No,
I
no,
will be
because
there.
fuck Rob. Okay, and you,
Okay.
why are you breathing my oxygen with this kind of hatred and shit?
Hey,
Yeah.
I guess- I
You're
guess
the way
point
you
out.
are. What do you mean? You
Yeah.
know the answer. You're the way you are.
You
Oh,
are
you're
the way you
rating,
are.
defending. Shut the fuck up. That's why.
Raining.
That's why we say shit.
Defending,
That's why we're the way we are.
undisputed
Well,
fantasy champion.
First off, you can't be defending because we haven't made it to the new season yet. So
So
it's
true.
still,
Yes.
your first win. So just tone it
Rob.
back down. Right? Let's go with facts here, okay? Because you
Yeah.
just won. You haven't defended shit.
Well, on to looking at back at the divisional round, though, as crazy it was. Rob, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on this crazy weekend of football?
I
Yeah,
can't
let's look at the
believe
round.
how many 3-point differences there were, and man, I feel bad for Vegas.
Yes.
Shit,
all
Niners
those-
covered. That's all I'm saying.
The
Oh,
spreads
those-
were. Let's look back. The spreads
Spreads
were
were like 3, 3.5.
Tennessee by 3.5, Green Bay by 6, Tampa by 2.5, and then KC by 2. So the
Tampa
only team
one.
to cover was KC.
KC was the only team to cover.
Yeah. Wow.
I feel really bad for the betters because, man, some of those comebacks and some of those last-minute field goals, bro.
Which game stood out to you the most? I guess we'll go with that because we have 4 to choose from here. So.
I'm gonna be honest. The game that stood out to me the most was Aaron Rodgers and the Niners. Like him only scoring 10 points. Like that just stood out to me. This man has been on a I'm gonna prove everyone wrong, blah 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 blah. Everything goes through Lambeau. You got Lambeau, you got your weather, and you still didn't win.
The weather even got worse as the game went on.
Weather got worse, and you're talking all this trash about we've been prepping, we've been playing all year in this kind of weather, we're ready for this, and then don't show up.
Yeah.
Way to end a career.
Well, that would be worth
well, end a
discussing
career
later.
in Green Bay because
we think, right?
Oh, I got so much to say to that.
Nori, your thoughts on the weekend and what game stood out to you the most?
I have one game that made me very sad, and they're all great games, and one game just made me laugh. The game that made me sad was I've never seen a performance in the playoffs for a quarterback like Josh Allen did. And in the Kansas City game, he played as close to perfect, if not perfect, and they lost because of a stupid fucking rule, which we'll address later.
Yeah.
talk about that.
What a great game. Like, I legitimately joke about Bills fans all the time, but oh my god, poor Bills fans. Like, I don't know what else you could have done. Like, it's not as corny as, the defense should have stepped up, dude. You're going to, like, they're tired. It's overtime. You know what I mean? Like, the end of they got out coached, but that was crazy. That made me sad. Both teams deserved to be there. Both teams deserved to win. That was nuts. The funny game was the Rams and Bucks because
oh my god,
the Rams took their lunch money and beat the fuck out of them all of fourth period. And all of a sudden, the kid in the fourth quarter starts watching a little Cobra Kai, starts looking at little moves, and like, I think I can stand up. Throws a punch, throws a kick. The bully laps it off and takes his fucking lunch money again. Just to take hope in the fourth quarter yet again. Like, you're tied? Just kidding. That was some funny ass shit. That was a funny kind of dominance that people weren't talking about.
Cooper Kupp, my god, man. He said, hold on,
human.
get on my back.
Not human.
Get on my back.
Why is he not in the MVP conversation? Why is it?
Exactly.
Why can't it be a wide
probably
receiver?
because he got hurt like midway through the year. I think he was.
And he still did all that. That helps.
Oh, I know. I agree.
How many records
helps
did he
the
break
point.
this year? Like,
Yeah.
2. What is it? Receiving touchdowns and
2 touchdowns and receiving
Receiving
touchdowns,
yards.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
He was hurt, and he still is number one in both those categories. You don't have an MVP conversation.
Like, Aaron Donald is still the overall best football player in the entire league, but you had the best player in that season on your team too. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Chicken Wing, I know there's one game that's probably going to stand out to you the most, but your thoughts on the divisional round weekend? So.
It's not the Niners game, if that's what you're thinking. The game
Yeah, because he
celebrated
didn't.
that a lot.
Right, because he didn't watch that one
He
exactly.
didn't watch the
Oh,
game. He
that's
was playing
right.
league.
You
Kind of.
quit.
No, I did.
Okay.
I just didn't watch that one drive when it was 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the winning drive?
Yeah.
You're there.
Anyway,
His
got you there.
daughter ratted him out that he was playing games half the game. Go ahead, King.
I was
Explain
not.
yourself, Chicken Wing.
I was not.
What do you mean you
It
were
was
not?
the
I
fourth
was
and
playing
one.
with you.
It was the 4th and 1 that we didn't convert. I was like, fucking Aaron Rodgers. He's going to lock it down. It's over. GG's. I'm crying, fucking sobbing. I was about to throw my desk. And then all of a sudden I hear, oh my God. So luckily, because she's watching TV downstairs, it's actually real time. So I was able to log in on the Spectrum through the web, through the browser, and it's like 15 seconds behind. And I saw what she was like screaming at. And that's when I saw the block punt. And I was like, holy fuck. We're still in this game. But I watched the rest of the game in between playing League, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to pay attention to League. I'm watching this game.
Have you
But
not
we
learned
were-
your lesson at all about the playoffs? Like, it's literally not over till it's over. Like, did it not
Exactly.
register in your mind, especially
Yes.
with what happened the previous game before yours? You know?
No,
Like,
that one I was watching. I was watching that one. The Week 18 one.
Well,
I was watching
Titans
that.
and Bengals is what I meant too.
Yeah.
Even then, the wild card game.
No, I caught the end of that. But yeah, but I mean,
I'm
I
not
caught
gonna
the end
lie.
of that.
I would have been like Mike if my team was like Rob fell asleep for like 5 minutes because the Rams were just fucking them up, and that wasn't a competitive game. It really wasn't. It was just the Rams shitting on them, and then the Bucks just not finding nothing working for them. Nothing. I get him kind of like checking out for a little bit, right? But Mike's game was like there's only all it took was one fuck up. It was a very unlikely fuck up.
2 fuck ups.
Right?
No, it was 2.
No. But I'm saying that like,
It was one score.
it was only one score. Yeah, like it went down by like
it wasn't
14.
out of
Like,
reach. Anything can happen,
yeah, one score. That's one kick return, one pick six.
Like impossible. What I'm saying is, it took 2 fuck ups. The first fuck up I saw, which was the block field goal. Like I watched that, but that block punt, I did not expect the 3 and out. Like I was seeing it all game because they got that one, what you call it? They got that one touchdown in opening drive, and we fucking out them like a lot.
Honestly, with the way Aaron Rodgers had been playing all game, I was like, man, this game's not over. Like something's got to hit, And in a game that close, special teams is the difference. Always, always, always. People forget how important special teams is, but that can win or lose you a game, and it did.
That's
here.
true.
So
it did.
Yeah.
I like how Rodgers says, "Oh, I'm gonna make the 49ers pay." Yeah, all right. Let me know.
It's funny that you said that because I was actually going to touch on that too. The
Go
man,
go for it. Wait, this is your time to talk about it, so go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man that had a chip on his shoulder because he didn't get drafted. Well, hey, you're 0-4. There's a reason why we didn't draft you, bitch.
Well, hold on. I won't go that far.
Relax, Mike.
Because I feel like
Let me have this.
you can hate the guy. He's 0-4 against them, but imagine what you could have done with him.
Yep.
Because Green Bay likes to take a Hall of Fame quarterback and only get one championship out of him in 15 years.
Yeah.
But 49ers,
The Favre effect. All right.
the Favre effect, yeah. So
Yeah.
You're not wrong there either.
the 49ers, man, they might have won 2 or 3 with Rodgers.
Maybe 1 or 2. I wouldn't put that.
I mean,
much.
put
Remember,
Aaron Rodgers with Debo
Singletary
Samuel.
was still
Just think about
coach
that.
then. Okay, he was still coach then. So it wouldn't be until Harbaugh came in when Aaron.
If Harbaugh had Aaron Rodgers, do you think Harbaugh would have stuck around longer than he did?
Those 2011 Giants were not
Absolutely.
those 2011 Giants. I know
Absolutely.
we beat Green Bay in Green Bay, right? But
Yeah.
they weren't as good as that 49ers squad. And Harbaugh has always been a better coach than McCarthy. I mean, Harbaugh with Rodgers, I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying.
That whole year would have changed.
We wouldn't have lost that Super Bowl in the Superdome. We wouldn't have had to turn off those lights. Is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to say. 2 or
No, I
3.
think you guys still would have lost that because no one was taking it away from Ray Lewis since last year. Let's be honest here. The Ravens were just fucking on a roll.
That is the.
So
Let's go back to that. That is the way to retire. You retire on top of the world.
yeah,
Exactly.
they were on a mission to give him one more before he called it a career. So
Yeah, I
that's
know.
yeah.
I mean, that's all the respect there. But no, like Nori pretty much hit the nail on the head. I mean, like the most exciting game for me was the Bills Chiefs game. I had never screamed so much in 2 minutes of football ever. And then on top of that, seeing Kansas City pull off 3 plays in 13 seconds as opposed to a team. Sorry.
Opposed to the
Too soon.
I knew he was going to say it. I knew he was
soon.
going to try and call it out.
Too soon. My bad.
I know.
I love you.
I don't even give a fuck. I don't even give a fuck. I really don't. I'm over it. I'm over that now. I mean,
It's already in the 2022 season. Like you
can laugh about it.
Look, I got so much hate from the woman. She was like, "Why the fuck did the Rams? They didn't have anybody spot the balls." Like, yeah, they did. The guy
Yeah,
just
it was
didn't
the
show
referee,
it.
the back judge. So,
Yeah, it was the back judge.
Yeah.
On the
Well,
Rams.
what
on
did they
Tampa
do?
Bay's back judge.
They got the ball to him. And then
Yeah,
they
they
did.
That
gave
also
the
helps when you
ball
have
to
timeouts. That's the big difference, people.
I mean, that's
When you have a good
Mike
coach,
McCarthy's never been good with timeouts, so
No.
we don't really.
I mean,
we don't keep that shit.
when you have a good
Look at
coach,
that
you can
shit.
manage the clock and make adjustments. Then that's why the Cowboys is not a lack of talent. That's a lack of fucking discipline. When you tie that for all that shit, number one this, number one that, number one this, and then you go to the playoffs, and then you're number one in penalties. That's
Exactly.
coaching. That's coaching.
Coaching.
Well, I mean,
Exactly.
they were number 1 in penalties before the playoffs too.
Well,
Technically
Before the
number
playoffs.
2 behind the Raiders.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, they
Yeah.
well, for the playoffs they set a franchise record.
Oh, for the
penalties.
playoffs, yeah. But
Oh,
the
yeah.
regular season,
Dang.
the only team that was worse in penalties in the regular season was the Raiders.
The Raiders,
Yeah.
who had no coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Rob, we
Didn't
don't
all
have a
the
coach either.
penalties came before the coach was fired, though?
No, most of them came after.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they
It's the
became a
uniform.
lawless
It's
bunch.
part of being
That's what
it's
it
just
was.
part of being a Raider. Yeah, it's
That's
just
true. That is so true. So
Hater Nation.
that franchise went through so much, and honestly, though, the interim coach they brought in, he should coach that team going forward.
I feel
mean,
very bad for Derek Carr. Lost his wide receiver, lost his coach. Like, I don't know any other functional team who could have survived that. That
it
was
says a
no
lot
way.
about Derek Carr, though, regardless to still
That's what I'm
leave
saying.
where he did. Yeah. So
he should get a lot more respect than Raiders fans give him.
And let's
Yeah,
give
agreed.
if anybody deserves credit, JC, don't punch me in the stomach for this. But let's give Joe Burrow the credit. That man got knocked down 9 fucking times.
He got his ass kicked.
Got up, looked at your fucking squad, said, "You hit like a bitch. Let's keep playing." Like that's what he did, bro. Like
yeah, he didn't yell at the
respect.
referees about this or that, and then get an unsportsmanlike Tom Brady. You know,
First in his career.
Hey, you know what's
Yeah.
funny with the Tom
My
Brady
lip is
one?
bleeding. Fuck you, little bitch.
Honestly,
makes me bleed
had
my
he,
own blood.
if he had not said something on social media, I don't think he would have gotten the call.
I don't know.
I don't
Literally
know
said
what
on
he's-
social-
what did he say?
What did he say?
Like, before the game?
No, like the Saturday or the day before, he had been on Twitter saying, "Yeah, I do talk a lot, and I usually get away with it." He literally said this on Twitter, and I'm like, "Well,
Oh.
way to
Nice.
go!"
Yeah, that ref
Yeah,
was waiting. He's like,
that
man, I
ref
really
was
hope
just
Tom
waiting
Brady
for that
says
one to
shit.
come
He
up.
said
Say shit,
one
watch what
fucking thing to
happens.
me.
All right.
That's
Say it
stupid because
once.
he gets away with players, but you don't get away with the refs. But now, like, well, actually, he does get away with refs, and he should have just kept it to, hey, I talk shit to players, but that you could take it as disrespect to the refs,
Yeah.
and even Tom Brady couldn't get past that. Which is, me and Rob looked at each other, our jaws dropped because we're
I
like,
was like, this man actually got
number 12.
called.
I thought
Right, right.
it says
I thought
number
was
12,
somebody else.
unsportsmanlike conduct. I thought Tom Brady changed his jersey. I'm like, no, that can't be Tom. Uncle Tom would never do that. He never gets caught.
Flag for that.
He got caught that time.
I
So-
thought Tom Brady could have shot somebody in front of me, and then like, no, it's okay.
And to be
Yeah.
honest, that penalty was much more deserved than the taunting penalty they gave Dominican Sue after he was yelling at Matt Stafford for trying to kick him.
Oh yeah.
Ridiculous.
I was
That
like,
was
man
ridiculous.
tried to kick him, and like he
Yeah.
still gets like what?
Hey, let's talk about that taunting penalty that was supposed to happen between Tyreek Hill when he was running it in for such. Oh wait, that didn't
Oh,
happen
the
either.
peace sign.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen. Let me just. I'll
It
clear
didn't.
that. I'm gonna
I'm
clear
glad
this
it
up right now.
Please,
I'm gonna clear it
please.
all up.
I gotta
Okay.
hear this.
This
Clear.
is why he did not get penalized. The referees were in just as much awe as everyone else watching him run away from DBs. They were like, "Fuck it, I can't flag this guy."
And look, here's
Like, yeah,
here's
you
the crazy
fast,
part
nigga.
about that.
My bad.
He was taunting a guy that was like 5 yards
In
in front of him.
Yes.
He's like, I'm about to run by you. Peace. You know? So
So the referee's like, "Holy shit! He's calling this spot. I can't flag
I
this."
can't.
Guys,
flag.
listen.
Are you serious?
If he's on video and on audio taunting his 3-year-old son, he's sure as shit not gonna get in trouble in the NFL for it. So,
Exactly.
You ain't wrong about that. Though.
I mean,
There's got to be consistency. Listen, if
Exactly.
nobody's safe, then nobody's safe. So I'm not flagging this guy. Can't do it.
yeah.
Can't do it.
Bro.
Well, Chicken Week did kind of transition. It is my turn to talk, and obviously the Bengals and Titans. Jesus, I got nothing but respect for Joe Burrow. Nothing. I mean, I knew he was tough. I knew he was a tough player, but I'm just in awe and heartbroken of the fact that we the
You got
biggest
to him.
issue we addressed the biggest issue the team had last year, the secondary, the pass rush, and for the second part of the game, we shut down Chase. He was had trouble getting to the ball. But God, just little things, and I I think what's annoyed me the most about this is some group of Titans fans thinking this is all on Tannehill, and that's bullshit.
No,
I'm sorry,
no,
it's not.
No.
You know?
those
now
are
the first
casual
pick-
fans who just saw the ESPN stats and they're like, "Oh, 3 INTs is his fault."
Yeah,
I mean, you start the game with one. That's kind of a.
okay,
Yeah.
that was his only bad throw the entire game. Let's be
It
honest
was,
here.
but that last one,
It was, and the last
Bounce-
one was
bounce-
receiver. Last one
bounce
was
pass
receiver.
INTs. If once it touches the receiver's hand, this should be a completely different stat for a
Yes.
quarterback interception because it's no longer the quarterback's fault. If it bounces
Mhm.
off their hands, they got it to the right target.
Mhm.
Why is it a stat against them? That has never made sense to me, and nobody has an explanation for it.
I played tight end in high school. You're always taught. If
You are tight end.
get your hands on the ball, thank you. If you get your hands on the ball, you catch it.
Bingo.
No excuses. That's what it is. So That first play, INT, yeah, horrible pass. And defense only gave up 3 points. What sticks out to me on why the Titans lost? Why the fuck are we going for 2 in the first fucking quarter?
I don't understand that.
First quarter, first touchdown.
First touchdown.
Yeah, Derrick Henry gets in. Oh, there's a penalty on the PAT. Let's go for 2. No, just take the point. And if you were going to go for 2, I'm not going to run the play you just did. That was horrible. Like
honestly, I think they just riled up the defense even more. Like you're going for 2 in the first quarter, and like who hurt you, bro? Like okay, you want to play? Let's play.
And then you try and run. Nothing against Derrick Henry and stuff like that, but they had like how many people in the box? When you're that close to the goal line, like get some movement left and right. You know, oh gee, who did that? The Bills did that when they went for 4th downs to try and tie the game at the end. You know, or take the lead. So. Play calling was also an issue for me. Deontay Foreman, who, by the way, we wasted such a great season for him. Like, Derrick Henry goes down. This guy comes in and just picks up where he left off and just is a big reason why Tennessee got the top seed in the AFC. He makes a 50-plus run, like, stiff arm, keeps his hands down. We get 1st and goal. Why are we calling a pass play? Why are we calling a pass play there? You know, and for those people blaming Tannehill on that, it was a quick pass. I forget what defender was for the Bengals. He made a great play. Tipped it up, caught it. And had Tannehill not hustled and made the tackle, that's a touchdown going the other way. Easy pick 6. How many fucking quarterbacks in this league are going to chase that down? I don't see Tom Brady trying to run back and get a tackle to save a touchdown.
Fuck that.
Aaron Rodgers, nope.
No.
Bitch, I'm 44. I'm not running after that guy.
Who was it? Was it Cam Newton in the Super Bowl? Lost the fumble? Like, oh, fuck it.
Bro, look.
Cam Newton, the god, he would have made the effort.
He made the effort, okay, guys. He realized his stock value. He realized his stock value. He didn't want
he made an effort to not get hit. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it was, bro.
My point is, there's not a lot of quarterbacks in this league, rookie or veteran or otherwise, that would go and make that tackle, and that kept the Titans in the game. The Bengals got no points off of that possession. That kept the Titans there. Then we get 3rd and 1 on a second half drive. We're trying to, get the lead there. Why is Tannehill in shotgun? It's 3rd and 1. Get under the center and hand the ball to fucking King Henry. Not that hard,
Nope.
And then we run a fucking zone read. Of course it goes nowhere. They're loading the goddamn box. Then you run 4th and run, trying to run the exact same play you ran on the 2-point conversion that got stuffed. Yeah, horrible play calling. So, and I already mentioned that the last interception was a tip pass. Like, if you're looking at the stat line and think Tannehill's a problem, he's not the problem. And Nori, you asked me, should the Titans, like you said this in the group chat, should the Titans trade for Aaron Rodgers? No. We have the quarterback that works. We're committed to this. We addressed every issue on the defense. I think Landry's the one big free agent coming out of defense. And Kevin Byard's already said, I will take less money to restructure to make sure Landry comes back. Like, our defensive unit is solid. It was just...
Tannehill is a big problem, but I feel like if you can upgrade, why not upgrade? That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. And I'm me, a lifelong Longhorn fan, defending an Aggie. I know, it's weird, right? But I don't think Tannehill's the issue. I think the play calling and some of the coaching decisions, Vrabel doesn't make too many bad coaching decisions. He did there.
Vrabel lost that game. Vrabel lost that game, not Tannehill.
Well, I'll put that on Vrabel and the OC for some of the play calling decisions. He lost that. So, but that's it. I mean, I can't be mad at the Titans for that. I can be mad at the coaches, but the way the players played, that's just football. That's really what it is. So
not outplayed, now coach that one day, man. That's what's so cruel and horrible and great at the same time and exciting about the NFL playoffs is like it's one and done. Doesn't matter what you did all season. That one day, that one afternoon, evening, morning, you got to show up.
That's one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen out of the Titans. 9 sacks on Joe Burrow. Just
it was ridiculous. And watching the game, and I'm like, he just keeps getting fucking hit. And he keeps getting back up.
I forget what his name was. The pick that looked like almost like the Immaculate Reception. It's just like literally catch floor. It was like right there, inches. Game of inches. That's just football. But props to the Bengals. Props to the fans. I mean, props to Nashville for showing up too. I mean that that was fucking loud. And we're gonna be playing the Bengals next season in the regular season, just the way things finished.
Run it back.
We're gonna be playing the Packers. We're gonna be playing the Chiefs. So it's gonna be a tough schedule. So we'll be playing the Cowboys too, but that's a W. But anyway, so
why you gonna fucking do that, man? Why you gonna do that?
Because I'm going to that game. That's why. So
everything's going smoothly. Just it's tough schedule going. Oh yeah, we play the Cowboys.
I'm just throwing that in there because my wife's a Cowboys fan. We're already planning the trip to Nashville, so I'm just that's the big thing. So just kind of getting that going,
Giants next year, you're gonna get fucking dunked, son.
Yeah. Right, we'll see.
Yeah, okay.
But here's my thing right now. This Titans team, this should piss them off. 0-3 in the playoffs when you have the number 1 seed. If next year the Titans don't win the Super Bowl, then the season's a loss. Like, if you don't use what happened in this round of the playoffs to motivate you to just play damn near perfect all of next season, and you're gonna have a tougher schedule, you don't deserve it. And if Titans players, I know fans really want it, but geez, this franchise fucking needs it. So you have the team assembled that can do it. You just got to go fucking do it.
As a football fan, I would love to see Julio Jones be healthy next year.
Yeah,
that'd be
great
nice
too.
That was tragic.
Oh my god,
that was tragic, man. Like watching him struggle with health all year, then Brown with health. Like if they're both healthy, everybody in football wins. Like straight up. Mm-hmm. You can't hate those guys.
Can you imagine if we had a healthy Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, and AJ Brown?
No, on paper, that team shouldn't lose anybody on paper.
No, and shouldn't have lost that game. But that's just football. That's just the way things work out. So, props to the Bengals, man. I'm deep down. I'm rooting for them the rest of the way. That fan base deserves it. LSU 2.0. I mean, as long as it's not to a rival, I've always felt like if I lose to a certain team in the playoffs,
they should win it.
I really think, they should go and win the whole thing. That way I don't feel so bad about losing. It's like, okay, well, we lost to the eventual champions.
Go Rams.
So, I see what you did there, Rob. So.
Yeah. Hating ass up, Rob.
Wow.
DJ?
Wow.
Your thoughts on the divisional round. So.
Well, yeah, we'll start with the Niners and Packers real quick. I just.
Oh, here comes stats.
No, I don't. I don't need to talk about stats. Y'all know what Aaron Rodgers' stats are. 0-4 against the Niners. That shit. Y'all know what it is. You can't beat the 49ers in the playoffs. You can't do it.
Yeah.
But here we are again. We have a home game, Lambeau Field, exactly what Aaron Rodgers wants, and then that's the performance we get. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And the one area that the Packers have tried to work on all season, that they've had issues with all seasons, is what? Special teams. And what cost them the fucking game? Special teams. Block punt and a block field goal.
If Shanahan doesn't win Coach of the Year, I don't know, man.
I would make a strong case for Mike Vrabel, personally. Just with everything the Titans dealt with as far as injuries, and we still played as great as we did in the regular season.
One as injured as the 49ers.
91 different players. I think that set the NFL record for the Titans. So, But, I mean, it could go either way. So, Vrabel or Shanahan for sure. But,
and then, of course, we'll just jump right to it. The Chiefs and Bills, that was one of the best football games I've ever seen in my life, period. Crazy. It was a fantastic game. And
that was crazy.
What I'm really happy about, it's not even, I don't care about who won. What I'm happy about is we've got Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen, and we're going to have that for years and years.
I hope so, man. And they're playing in the regular season next year, which I can't wait for.
Yes, I cannot wait for that.
Since they both won their divisions, they'll be playing again.
And the Bills beat their ass in the season, man.
Yes.
Shit, the Bengals beat the Chiefs in the regular season too to clinch the division too. So,
we'll see what happens with that one there. I mean, we'll get into the overtime rules. I'll just go ahead and say it. I would have loved this game go triple or quadruple overtime, to be honest with you. But that's just personally, I think it would have gone on that long had both teams had an opportunity to keep scoring touchdowns. I think they would have, and I think this game would have been going on for a long time. We would have just got to taste more of the greatness that was in this game.
Yeah,
but
that's an interesting facet about this divisional round. The AFC side, all 4 of those teams are going to be playing each other next season. So, literally, the 4 best teams in the AFC will all play each other at some point next season, which is going to be insane. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, we've talked about it. Chiefs, Bills, OT rules in the NFL. This has long been such an issue in football. Sometimes in the regular season, also in the playoffs, and college themselves, they have their different overtime rules when they didn't have one for such a long time. We all know the issue here. The Chiefs won the coin toss, received the ball. Bills defense didn't stop them. They went and got the 6, and it's a win. If it had just held them to a field goal, the Bills would have had an opportunity with the ball. So, and there's two sides of the coin. Some think the overtime rules are fine the way they are, which I personally do. And there's the other side of things that it needs to change, like the other team should have gotten a possession or something like that. So, who wants to go first as far as... Well, I guess we'll start with this. Who here is on the side of the overtime rules need to change?
Oh, I think we're all on the side of they need to change, right?
I am, yeah, for sure.
No,
I think Rob could lead off. I think Rob wanted to... had something, I thought, regarding this.
No. I was just like everything I do. I watch I watch all sorts of other sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I compare like some of these overtime things. I was like, why don't they just give it to the kickers to go at it? Like, how far do you trust your kicker? Like, put them on the 40 and see who makes it, or like one up the other team. All right, you shot 40. I'm gonna shoot 45. Beat me. Like, you can end the game real quick.
Almost
and
like
it comes down
shootout.
to it literally becomes a shootout.
Yeah.
Think ice hockey, think soccer, think
Soccer. Mm-hmm.
Rugby does the same thing. Like, it comes down to, all right, show us a skill. You have a skill player, go.
Well, kickers would get paid a lot more money for damn sure.
They sure would.
Justin Tucker, anybody? So, yeah.
Yeah, match going in overtime against. Yeah, no.
I'm gonna set it from 66. Can you top that? Right. So.
But then, like, other things come into play. Like, do they shoot at their own goal? Do they shoot at the same goal? Wind becomes a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Being inside a stadium becomes a thing. Like, you have to have all those other variables. And it comes down to how much do you trust your kicker now?
Interesting.
Some teams, yeah.
That's interesting.
Plus, you don't have the risk of playing another quarter and having someone come out injured because they went overboard on a play. Because that's 8 to 15 minutes more of really rough, emotional play.
And in playoffs, if it's still tied after those 15 minutes, you're playing again.
Yeah, you play it again.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's my thought of it.
Damn it, Rob, you took all of mine. I hate you.
Nori, go ahead. If there's anything else you wanted to add, or if you had something different of what you would change
No,
with the overtime rule.
I mean, that's what I love about the NBA. The NBA playoffs rule, the overtime rule is like there's a whole quarter. Who may get the ball, blah blah blah. Like, no, both teams are gonna ball out, and the final score is the final score. I'd much rather, because let's be real, they don't give a fuck about player safety. It's why they keep adding games. They don't care about player safety. So we could just stop pretending that they do. And the fact is, the players want a conclusion. They want a satisfying conclusion where, yes, there's a risk of injury, but again, there's a ton of things in the NFL that they don't protect them with. They should work on that. Don't blame it on, oh, we care about safety. No, you don't. So, just let them finish. Like, everything is on the line for one game. So give everybody every opportunity to do, to score. Not it's overtime. I want a coin flip. Oh, the defense need to step up. No, the football there's three sides to football: special teams, offense, and defense. So special team gets the ball, great, whatever. It shouldn't be all on the defense to just decide the whole entire game. The offense should have a say in it. I don't care who the team is. It's crazy.
Your idea that they should play out the full quarter, the full overtime period in the playoffs, would you keep it at 15 minutes or would you reduce it to 10 and have them play the full 10 minutes?
Then 10 is just enough to where it's enough to where they both should get a possession or two, depending on what they do. They can't just run the ball and burn the clock for 10 minutes. Unless you're that good, but that's not often. So, no. And if they score, they score, right? But 10 minutes, the team is going to have. Remember, look at the Chiefs. Look what we can do with 13 seconds.
So, yeah, Dallas. Look at what you can do in 13 seconds.
God damn it, Rob! Are you serious?
Yes,
you don't
guys.
need to do that shit, bro. We get it. We get it.
Yes,
Shit.
guys, don't ever let your woman tell you 13 seconds is not long enough.
Exactly.
Just point to this game. So,
Know your worth, Kings.
That's
know
right.
your worth.
No, you
I guess it seems I'm the only one that likes or is fine with the rules the way they are. It seems that way. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Rob and Nori completely on this. I mean, at least at minimum, give each team a possession. A touchdown and the game is over. Do we know if the Bills would have scored a touchdown? No, we don't know that. We have no idea. Maybe they don't. Maybe Josh Allen has his first bad throw of the game and throws a pick. I don't know. But we'll never know. There's no way to know that. This game could, the game could be going on still right now if we go that route. But at least give both teams a possession. I do like have a whole nother period. Hey, we're gonna have a 10-minute period. You get one timeout. Whoever wins. Go have fun. And if it goes to overtime again, well, hey, another 10-minute period. We keep it going, but we need to have a winner. So,
I guess for me, you guys said it. It is a team game. Offense, defense, special teams. Like, I know the offense is clicking, but you need to have defense is what's going to win you championships. The Bills didn't have the defense to win that playoff game. Just plain and simple. And, nothing against, yes, it is sad. Josh Allen, 9 total touchdown passes he's thrown in the playoffs?
nice.
Right? Yeah. And he just doesn't, that's just the nature of the game. Now, it's funny to me and a bit ironic too, because like the Chiefs a few years ago made a proposal to change the overtime rules and it was denied. Imagine if that had been accepted, would the Chiefs have won this game, Overtime rules are a little different. I mean, my personal favorite version was always the XFL. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It was very similar to how college does theirs. You give them the ball, the 25. If they score a touchdown, then the other team gets a chance. But the way the XFL changed it was, okay, the first team gets the ball. Say they take 5 plays and they score a touchdown. Can you top that? You have 5 plays or less to score a touchdown or you lose the game. That made for some pretty exciting overtime, Or even if you took 5 plays and kicked a field goal, okay, you can either match that or if you just score a touchdown, that sort of thing. But
literally anything is better than what we have right now.
Yeah, but I mean, there's two sides of the coin. People have been clamoring for college to change their overtime to match the NFL as well. So
JC is an Astros fan, and all of a sudden he respects the rules. Unbelievable.
My point is like this has long been debated in football for so long, and if you want to say, okay, we'll give them the college rule. This game would have been 142 to 139 after 19 overtimes before we got it.
Would have been fantastic, yeah.
They would have played deep into the way these teams were going.
It is Monday morning, guys. We are now on OT number 97.
They would have had to do the winning interview in the hospital, but you know what? It would have been great.
Let's just move the conference championship to Monday night. They need extra time. I mean, I don't know if there's ever like a foolproof rule. Maybe you play the whole period if it's 10 minutes. That is a good option. Maybe it is the XFL version of the rule. Maybe you do it, but you don't start them in field goal range like they do in college, Still, that's the way the rules are right now. And I've always been taught when I played, there's offense, defense, special teams. You need to have all 3 great. Defense wins championships. That's true in any sport.
Something I want to add too is we're very, very quick to shit on things when they're wrong, but I actually want to give a shout out to the refs for the Bills, and because the Bills-Chiefs game, there was no crazy, insane calls that completely fucked the game over. Mm-hmm. And why? Because
they fired the refs and made the crazy calls already.
Good.
Facts.
Yeah. I mean,
I love it. Just let them play.
The refs in general was a vast improvement over the previous week too. So. Outside of, they gave Tom Brady an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for crying out loud. So,
listen, nobody makes him bleed his own blood. So, yeah, do something.
If you have an idea, what do you like the overtime rule? Why do you not like it? Why, and what would you change? What would be the most ideal way to do that? Obviously, this is going to be something that they propose to the rules committee. I believe the Bills GM has already come out publicly and said, James, of course you say that because you lost from it, you know? So we'll see when they get into rules committees, if there's any sort of thing out there, what could change, how they would even test that sort of thing too. So, but yeah, there's so many scenarios out there. Maybe you do the overtime thing, and if it's tied after those 10 minutes, then you go to the kicker thing, right? I mean, football evolved from soccer as it is, you know, why not? But
yeah, let's do the kicker thing. Let's do the division thing. Let's do everything that we've mentioned in sports minorities this year. It'll be amazing next year.
Maybe the XFL when they come back and do those kind of like experimental rules, you know?
Or the USFL.
Oh, that's true. That's right. The USFL would be good. So, on a side note, though, I do think the goalpost should be moved in a little bit more. So, just an idea.
Do you trust your kickers that much that you?
Well, I think there was. I don't personally, but like years ago they tested that in the Pro Bowl one year, and it was like the kickers were like, "Damn, like you really have to hit the ball square on, even on extra points." But instead, they opted to move the extra point back, and I was like, "No, if you would just move the goalpost in, like
that's crazy." Like,
yeah, you know,
if you're not Justin Tucker,
or what's his face for the Bengals? Props to him, dude.
The rookie?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and
I hate to say this, but like he said to his team, "It looks like we're going to the AFC Championship." Like the ball's on your kicker to say that. Like
Evan McPherson. Yeah, props to him.
He was doing chick shots too the year before.
Did you see? Oh yeah, when he was in Florida doing the bottle cap thing. Fuck.
That is a man who just is like confident. Like
that's what you want. And
very cool.
Respect. Jesus, if our special teams could have just blocked the fucking kick, it'd be a different story. But anyway, so
yeah, special teams failed you too. Yep. So
yeah. So let us know our Twitter @SportsMinorPod, or find us on Facebook and let us know what you think. Should the overtime rule change, and what should change about it? Now, some other quick hits, some other sports news. The Giants and Vikings have hired new GMs, guys.
None of which
the first
is
two to do that. So. I know, Nori, you were pretty excited about the Giants GM. Is there any like quick things you want to say about him, or what you're looking forward to with him? So.
I cannot wait to finish the New York Bills. I can't fucking wait. DeBall is one of the finalists for the Giants search, but also apparently Miami might want to hire him as head coach.
Okay.
But yeah, if they can change the culture or modernize the Giants, like I'm trying to think of how we can be worse, and we can't. So, you know, we've had double-digit losses for literally like a decade. So, I don't know, man. I can do nothing but be excited right now, you know?
Okay. Sean Payton announces he's leaving the Saints, but doesn't fully announce his retirement. And a lot of buzz has been out there that he could potentially be going to Dallas and be the next Dallas head coach. Now, that's an interesting scenario. So, before the season, Sean Payton did sign an extension with the Saints. They have the first rights to him if he wants to get back into coaching for the next 3 years. And if another team comes and tries to swoops him up as coach, they have to negotiate with the Saints for any sort of like compensation, possibly draft picks, basically, to allow Sean Payton to go coach elsewhere. Michael Irvin said in an interview today, he seems to think that Jerry Jones will do whatever it takes to get Sean Payton to be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, possibly before next season. So, guys, your thoughts? Is Sean Payton done, or is he going to be landing somewhere after, I don't know, a year or two, or is he going to wait 3 years out?
I don't see how he legally gets out of his contract unless it sits out a year.
What,
he has a remaining 3-year contract. How does he get out of that?
I see.
Because Dallas is willing to give up to get him, you know, or any team for that matter.
Jerry's checkbook is deep. And, there are many dollar signs that say otherwise. So.
I'd be terrified. I'm a Giants fan. I would be terrified if Sean Payton went to Dallas. Oh my god.
Dak, Zeke.
Yeah. Jerry Jones said that there is not a check too big for him to write if it's going to have him bring somebody in that can guarantee him a championship. So, as far as Rob is concerned and the dollar signs, yeah, they're definitely there. There definitely are deep pockets. So, it would take a lot. if anybody could pull it off, and by that I mean if anybody has the money to pull it off, it'd be Jerry Jones.
Huh?
Let's hope not.
Or a Jerry Jones collective with other, millionaires in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
I think they have a wonderful thing going with McCarthy, and I think they just...
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You gotta believe
this guy can't even manage
13 seconds of great choices. Yeah, great.
You gotta believe in the system. You can't give up on a coach too early. You have to at least get another 5 years out of him. At least.
The last 14 seconds of our season say different. Okay.
DJ, would you rather have Mike McCarthy or Bill O'Brien?
O'Brien
As a
as a
coach.
coach. Yes.
Bill O'Brien as the coach. Yes.
Yeah.
If we're going GM route, then you already know the answer to that. That fucker. But head coach, sure. Yeah.
He was the greatest GM ever for Dallas.
Stop it, Mike.
Yeah, we can
He did a
send
fantastic
Zeke to
job
another
in Houston,
team.
so
I support that 100%. Yeah, let him go.
of course.
Yeah.
Speaking of coaching hires, it's been reported that Byron Leftwich is finalizing, or in talks finalizing, a contract to become the next head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This hurts me.
Wow.
Yep,
That's awesome.
that is.
That's
It's
a great.
Like
that's a great
I
hire.
support him 100%, but it hurts me to see him leave the Bucs.
No, shut up. Hold on. I don't care.
On a side note, Urban Meyer finally did an interview and said that his season with the Jags was the worst one of his career professionally.
Yeah,
In
well,
coaching.
Buddy, we saw this game. We saw the
Thanks,
game.
Captain Obvious.
Yeah, we know that. We saw everything. We watched.
We saw the Twitter post.
It was so bad. It was so bad. Him stepping on his wife wasn't even the worst part.
No,
That's what's worse.
that's the worst part.
That's how bad the season was.
Fucking up his marriage, but nope, that's not how bad it was. Look at the season. Look at the games. That's how bad it is.
Final NFL note I do want to say is props to Chiefs fans who have donated to Josh Allen's foundation, and
But yeah, that was awesome.
that was pretty awesome. So
$13 donation.
yeah, but hey, it's raising a lot of money for his pediatric hospital charity, so it's all
Yeah,
good.
This is basically a we respect you, but look what we did in 13 seconds.
Oh my god,
That's what that was.
That is
We appreciate-
9,800 people making $13 donations.
do you think he's gonna
We
argue with that?
appreciate your
So-
skills.
No, we
love the
appreciate you,
game.
but 13 seconds. That's
In 13 seconds, this is what we did. Don't forget.
One final note I want to ask Nori. Giants have also. Oh, I already know your answer to this, but the Giants. I think you're happy to note that they are backing Daniel Jones and will not trade for Deshaun Watson. So
Yeah, no. Maris said what a lot of us have been thinking, which I love. He said specifically, it's not just the picks that would cost. He said, but all the allegations. It doesn't fit our culture.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, we have some culture. We have some backbone somewhere.
All
Even if we're
right,
losers,
22 Giants are
Hey,
moving on up.
at least we're losers physically and not morally. So good.
yeah, and some people in the sports talk world have said, well, regardless of that, I mean, he can play. Who wouldn't want to have that person? Okay, here's my argument for that. If you seem to think that no matter what is going on with someone, whether legal troubles or otherwise, the NFL teams are going to look the other way and say, well, if he can play, I'm still going to sign him. Then why the fuck did nobody ever sign Colin Kaepernick?
Dun, dun,
Until you can give
dun.
me a good reason why that is, you can't give me a good reason why a team would want Deshaun Watson with everything going on in his personal life.
So stop saying you, and also stop saying you believe women when 22 came forward. Not one, not two.
Yeah.
22. So stop saying you believe women at the same time.
Have we not learned a lesson from the way Ben Roethlisberger, Ray Rice, there's a lot of names out there, okay?
Yeah,
It
we
is
could
just
go on
messed
for a
up
while.
that domestic violence, allegedly, in Watson's case, are getting second chances. People that are accused of violent crimes, of drug addictions or drug dealing, who knows? People who murdered somebody, honestly. But guy takes a knee to protest social injustice. Oh, that's the worst fucking crime. He's blackballed. It's until you give me a good explanation why that is, then nobody should be signing Deshaun Watson right now, or even considering it. If
Just
what
trade
these
him,
allegations
just trade him
are
to
true.
Pittsburgh. He'd be fitting right. He'd fit right like a glove like Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's our culture.
So, just randomly popped into my head. Would anyone ever hire Kaepernick as like a quarterback coach?
No.
No?
The NFL wants nothing to do with it. Plus, they settled. Probably this. I bet you the part of the settlement.
Oh, you know what part of the settlement?
Not even
Yeah,
mention
right.
the NFL.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe the USFL.
USFL,
I mean,
XFL, CFL.
I think Kaepernick should try the college ranks. I think he should try something like be a part of football. He wasn't like this great amazing
I
player,
could
but
see
he
him
was good.
coaching at his alma mater, Nevada. So that's true.
Yeah.
I could see that.
That'd be dope.
So they always had a great rivalry at Boise State when he was there. So
Like I always read like these random articles and it's like he's still training, like he's still like
he could still play.
yeah, like the man
Let's
can
be
still
honest,
play.
he could still play.
I mean,
Saints never even gave him a look. He could fucking play.
I absolutely in a heartbeat for the Giants. I don't understand why you actually stuck with Mike Glennon all that time and you don't call Kaepernick. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Remember, he has more wins than Dak Prescott in the playoffs.
He does.
True.
Just had to throw it out there.
No, you didn't have to throw it out there, but you chose to anyway, Rob. God damn it. But you know what? I can't argue with you, so I just sat here quietly. Yeah.
You made a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Jameis Winston, too.
I made a choice.
So, yeah.
A choice was made.
Oh, that hurt. Oh,
30 for 30.
Welcome.
Yeah.
30 for 30. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. They don't have a rep again.
All right, a little bit of baseball news. MLB and the Major League Baseball Players Association are still negotiating, still in a lockout. We're getting dangerously close to spring training being canceled. And if we jump into the month of March, there's a chance that regular season games would be canceled. But some owners have come out and said, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. They don't mind losing regular season games over this contract impasse. Beyond that, Tampa Bay had been working on splitting their home schedule between
Montreal.
Tampa and Montreal. Great idea, but the MLB basically said no, which sucks. So, my honest opinion.
Someone just realized.
What's that?
The last time Dallas won a Super Bowl was the Crossfire
Oh my
commercial.
God. God damn it.
That's it. All you gotta do is go watch that commercial to be happy. That's it.
Well, I don't like that commercial as much anymore.
Anyway, to the people running the Tampa Bay Rays, if you really want to improve your attendance and in where you are, how about move within the city limits of Tampa Bay?
That might work.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
that might
sorry,
do some
St.
shit.
Petersburg is so out of the way; it's hard for people to get there. So if you actually get a stadium in Tampa, yeah, you probably improve your attendance. So, but one other interesting announcement that while Major League Baseball is in a lockout, the minor leagues is still happening. And at the AAA level, they're going to be using robot umpires for strike zone this season.
I thought this was amazing.
Thank God.
That's awesome.
So
MLB doing something modern? Wow.
well, minors
AAA.
anyway, but
Yeah,
one step away
minor
from the
league.
majors, they're using a robot umpires. So
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Are we gonna hold on? Is the skipper now gonna yell at the robot and kick his hat towards the?
I hope so. I
You
want
know-
to see one just like try and knock it down.
That's one of the best parts of baseball.
yeah, the closest AAA franchise to us is Round Rock, and I'm curious to go see a game just to see how this is going to work.
I want to be. I'm gonna be honest. I want to be IT for this because I want to know how these robots work. Like,
Well, check the Round Rock Express website if there's a job posting. See if you want to go jump into the coding for it or
like
something like
that
that.
is crazy, man. Like, okay,
Yeah, that's funny how the Asian guy on the show is working on the IT thing. How does this shit work? So that's funny.
just saying.
Now, baseball related, the Baseball Writers Association announced their one player being elected to the Hall of Fame this year is Big Papi David Ortiz, his first year eligible on the ballot. Big congratulations, well deserved. I know it's the Red Sox, Nori, but what David Ortiz meant to that franchise, to that city, especially after the Boston Marathon bombing.
I have nothing but respect for what he did. I mean,
Yeah. And to the
Nothing
Dominican Republic where he's from. It's amazing.
for sure.
Yeah. Congrats to him. Well deserved. A very cool video of him actually watching it and celebrating with Pedro Martinez, who's also in the Hall of Fame. So those two guys are going to be in the Hall of Fame together. Now, what I want to talk about regarding this, I don't want it to overshadow Ortiz getting in. It is deserved. He deserves to be there. Obviously, hands down. To see his plaque in Cooperstown, well worth it. But the following players have been on the ballot for 10 years and did not get 75% of the votes in any of those years from the Baseball Writers Association. And that's Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Sammy Sosa, and Curt Schilling. Now, it's not to say that any of these 4 won't get in, because at this point their eligibility goes to a committee which is made up of execs, former players, people that know baseball a little bit better than the writers do. I'm just saying. But obviously the biggest one here is Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, who arguably have been the face of the what's being called the quote steroid era of Major League Baseball. So, but I just don't understand how the guy with the record for the most home runs hit in a single season and the most in a career is not in baseball's Hall of Fame.
They asked in the 90s with the declining ratings. I don't remember, you remember this shit. They had really, really declining ratings.
After the strike.
They asked these guys to bail them out, to be superheroes. They did. And it's wild to me. It's completely fucking wild to me.
Guys, remember McGuire and Sosa?
Yeah.
That saved baseball.
Absolutely.
They saved them.
That
Was it
saved
97, right?
99.
99 is right.
Yeah, 99.
Fantastic watching that.
Yeah, that was just...
Even people who didn't like baseball.
98.
Yes.
Might have been 98. Let me check.
People who didn't give a shit about baseball tuned in just to see that.
Yeah.
Literally see those two go back and forth.
Let's see. McGuire Sosa summer was... Oh, God, what year was it? Was it 90? 98. There we go. Sorry, 98. Yeah, it's my senior year. So, I remember where I was when McGuire beat Roger Maris's record, getting it to 70, Sosa hot on his tail. That season alone brought fans back because nobody was coming back after the strike of 94. Which, had it not been for that, I think Ken Griffey Jr. would have passed Maris's record. And the Mariners, probably that was their best chance to win a World Series too, easily. But Bonds, of course, and part of it I think too is regardless of what these guys think about the steroid era, Bonds obviously wasn't the best with the media. If you asked a dumb question, he let you know about it. So
just fun.
But I just understand why these 4 guys are not in, and Curt Schilling especially. Regardless of what he thinks politically or whatnot, or what he might have said. I mean, geez, you ask anybody in Boston or Arizona if Curt Schilling deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
In fact, you can ask anybody in New York. They'll tell you. They'll tell you yes.
Yeah. They'll tell you.
So, and here's my number one thing, right? I'm, a diehard Yankees fan or whatever, right? But if Babe Ruth, who was a known drunk and alcoholic, who beat the fuck out of his wife on regularly, if he could be in the Hall of Fame, why can't Pete Rose, who just bet on himself, and again, like these guys didn't break any rules, like any real rules outside of baseball. Roger Clemens wasn't in any kind of anything that all these other Hall of Fame players are involved in. It's more of a pride for baseball thing. And again, we should be celebrating the best of the best players. Like there's no way, even with steroids, doesn't matter. Like these guys were iconic. It's crazy to me.
I mean, you look at it like this. I mean, yeah, steroids, PEDs, whatever you want to call it, they're used. That doesn't give you skill.
No, it doesn't.
No.
You're right.
You have to have the skill to play the game and play the position that you're in. So
I don't care how many supplements you take, you still gotta put bat to a ball coming over 90 miles an hour. Yeah.
You're hitting home runs still. You have to actually still connect with the ball when it's pitched. If you don't do that, you're not hitting anything. So it doesn't make a difference what you're doing there. That's how I look at it. You don't get skill from this. So
it's like Mike with a C for pre-workout, post-workout. Like he's still the same guy. He's still the same fucking guy. Like, it doesn't matter.
Workout, post-workout, no workout.
Yeah.
Don't matter.
Don't matter.
I'll look back on that. Yeah, so, obviously PEDs and steroids are not in the game now. Like if you're caught with that, you're suspended. We know how the rules are now. Back then, it wasn't tested for.
Oh,
it was in the rules of the game. Like now, you can sit there and say it inflated stats. Well, there's going to come a point where people are going to bust through these stat lines these guys have put up without PEDs. What do you say then? Okay, maybe now these guys deserve to get in. It just doesn't make sense to me how guys like this are not in. And I think the writers have too much power in designing this. You know, they're very exclusive about who gets to vote for the Hall of Fame. I don't even know how they allow people to get in to be able to vote. One writer in particular, I forget what his name was, but years ago he put it up to fans, say, "Hey, who are the people that I should put on this ballot for the Hall of Fame? Give me the 10 best names." And he let fans comment. He took the 10 people that got the most comments, and that's what he filled his ballot out. The Baseball Writers Association didn't like that, and then they took his privileges away. I was like,
how about Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera were both not unanimous, and even Red Sox fans were like, I don't understand.
That bothers me too. Griffey wasn't even unanimous, was he?
Griffey wasn't.
No, nobody's been, and it's like they want to keep that principle. Yeah. No, because it's on record that there's some of them that are just for the principle. They think nobody should be unanimous. Like why are you a Neanderthal? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what writers did not vote, because now when you vote for this, your ballots become public after the announcement's made. So I'm curious to see which writer specifically did not put these guys on their ballot, and what kind of backlash is going to come back on them.
I mean, it's a third of the, like, wasn't it like they said 66% voted for them? So like that's a third of the writers who didn't vote for them, like,
right,
in the final tallies. So like that's a lot of writers.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have, what is it, 2 writers from every Major League Baseball city who are voting. That's
except for LA, I think, because the LA Times does not allow their writers to vote any Hall of Fame voting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Still, that's a lot of people. Like that's crazy.
It is, and some people have suggested, well, maybe we should change the way it is. Like they should give them all the names and say, okay, yes or no, does the person deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Rather than just writing down 10 names only. Like you look at everyone is eligible, and they simply say yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. And then if 75% of the people get yeses, then if you get 75% of yeses, then you're voted in. You know.
I'm still waiting for the whole committee to die off.
I mean,
something's got to change. You know.
But look at it this way: like at least these guys get a chance with like, I forget what the second group is called, but like, at least they get a chance. Like there's no.
Yeah.
It's not over yet. Like there's still a possibility that they get voted in. So
there is, but usually when it comes to the committee,
among their peers.
Usually it's among their peers, but sometimes these things they wait till like they're like old or possibly passed away before they even let them in posthumously.
The sport is this kind of controversy every single year. Like shouldn't talent win out? In the football, it's like it's not even about does this person deserve to get in. It's a matter of when. And baseball, you have to worry about politics and who did what and who didn't piss off somebody on Twitter. Like, bro, what did they do in the field? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't get it.
Like, they got the W.
Same for basketball. It's about what you did on the court, you know? So.
Yep.
Basketball, did you get the championship, though? Because it's really rare now, I guess.
It just makes no sense, and I really wish the Cooperstown, the Pro Baseball Hall of Fame, would look into an alternative to the Writers Association having that kind of power.
I don't think it's rare anymore for the non-championship players to get in. Wasn't Steve Nash one of the more recent ones?
Yeah, but like Steve Nash would have been. He was with the Olympic team. He was with. He still played for teams that won something, right?
Right.
Like, unfortunately he ended up on the wrong side of like the NBA championships, but like.
Yeah, I think Melo will probably get into.
I think Melo gets in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any, just because like he never really had anything bad happen to him. He just never was that finisher, right? Like
some shitty luck, like you said, some shitty luck on NBA teams.
Mm-hmm.
Denver, New York, yeah.
Denver, New York, yeah. Like he was always on the team that was just about to do something, and then playoffs roll around, and it just
and then nothing.
Yeah. So.
Again, overall, though, congrats to David Ortiz, Big Papi, well deserved. But now looking at the ballot too, excuse me. It'll be interesting to see who, if anybody, gets in next year. Talking about the steroid era, Alex Rodriguez is still on the ballot, still eligible, still within his 10 years.
I don't think he gets into the Writers Association.
I don't think so either, especially because even after they started PED testing, he did test for it like a second or third time, and he got suspended for an entire season. So,
I mean, he survived J-Lo. What else do you want the guy to go through? He was suspended. He survived Thanos. What else can he possibly do?
Kim Kardashian. That's what you need to know.
Like what a king!
Wow.
My God.
All for Pete Davidson to eventually date his ex. You know that guy pulls.
I think he's moving on to the green M&M soon.
Oh no!
I believe it. Gives Crohn's guys like me hope. Like, yeah, we're cool people. So. All right, back to the NFL. It is conference championship weekend here. 2 games, obviously. Cincinnati at Kansas City, going to be on CBS, taking place at 2:00 Central Time, and then at 5:30 on Fox is San Francisco at the Los Angeles Rams. KC is favored by 7. Over-under is 54.5 points. The Rams are favored by 3.5 with the over-under at 46. So, we're picking here based on how we did last week. Rob and Nori. The order is going to be Rob, Nori, Chicken Wing, JC, and then DJ. So, here we go. Rob, Cincinnati. You know what? We can make both the picks now if you want. Who is winning both of these conference championships?
Because I want to win this playoff bracket, the Bengals are winning, and because I want Chicken Wing to suffer, the Rams are winning.
Oh, boy.
I'm very spiteful.
All right. Nori, what about you?
This is going to be 2019 all over again. It's going to be the Chiefs winning the AFC Championship, and the 49ers have literally beaten the Rams 6 times in a row. I mean, when you know, at a certain point, you just know the bully's just going to keep on bullying, right? So,
yeah. All right, Chicken Wing.
I have the Bengals and the Niners winning.
I actually also have the Bengals and the Niners winning. I don't give a damn where you're restricting the ticket sales to go, LA.
Hey,
Niners
more
fans,
than half have went to the Niners already.
I right on the resale
they got
market.
resold. Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Cheaters. Right. Bitter ass fucking cheaters.
I mean, sorry, I'm not even sure LA should have a team, to be honest with you, because they had yet to this point prove that they can support a pro football team, even now. So, new stadium, Inglewood, great, but the Niners have owned the Rams, plain and simple. So that you've got to go with the hot hand there. And for the Bengals, for me, this has been a magical season for them. Like, say what you want about the Chiefs, there is something going on with this Bengals team. They're just putting themselves in positions of finding ways to win. Burrow got sacked 9 times and they still won. So, and I don't think the Chiefs are going to have as good a pass rush as the Titans did. So I'm going with Bengals and Niners to be the Super Bowl. DJ, what about you?
Chiefs at Arrowhead. And, yeah, I'm going to go with the Niners over the Rams because Jimmy G still owns real estate, and he actually added 2 more houses in L.A. So
he's fucking playing Monopoly or some shit, right?
Yeah, he just keeps buying shit. He keeps buying property there.
He's going to get a hotel soon, all right? Just leave the man alone, all right?
He's just going to move there at some point, so.
The crazy part about all this is that if the Rams win, SoFi will be hosting not only a conference championship game, but also the Super Bowl. So, wow.
And the Niners fans will take over that again.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Cool. This is going to be an interesting couple games on Sunday. That I will say, I wait for the day where there's a nightmare scenario where both the Chargers and the Rams, or the Giants and the Jets, are hosting conference championship games. How the hell is the NFL going to pull that off? That's what I would like to see. You know,
you wait.
one day, right? You know,
it's only a matter of time.
All right. Thanks, guys, for giving us a listen again on the Sports Minorities podcast. Let us know your thoughts on the games. What would you change about the overtime rules? What would you change about the Hall of Fame voting when it comes to baseball, too? So, I'm your host and resident Titans fan, JC. Joining me as always are
respect and acknowledge me.
I will never acknowledge you.
Never.
That's funny. It's asking for a lot.
I am Nori. Things are looking up. Yeah, Kansas City, just be the heroes we need you to be just one more time. Let me be the hero of the world and stop chicken wing from winning a third fantasy football thing with money. The world can't handle it.
Or the Chiefs lose and Rob does chicken wing.
Hey, this is Rob. Yeah. This message is just brought to you by PayPal. Because every penny I get to send to Mike is a penny worth of happiness.
Sponsored by PayPal.
Sponsored by PayPal.
Yes. What's up, everyone? DJ here, and as long as Mike loses, I'm happy.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll catch you next week. We'll see what the Super Bowls are going to be and see what else we're going to talk about, too. So, see you later. Thanks, everyone, once again for listening to the Sports Minorities Podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
For only 3 cents a day, we will insult your Mike Edwards.
Y'all need to stop being a
that's the case. Yeah.
How was the Mike Edwards of the Bucks out, but then our Mike Edwards is somehow winning? What the fuck? There was a fake Josh Allen account where he goes, who really lost here? I don't have to go home to her.
I mean, where's the lie though, guys?
Yeah, that's